Hello everyone, welcome to VisionGATE, and today I will start the course for Electronics and Communication Engineering, and we will finish it off before October. But today I will start with mathematics, which is useful for all the branch of GATE, and VisionGATE is also taking classes for mechanical, computer science, IT, electrical and all other branches. So for GATE lectures you can subscribe our channel, and we have a very quality educators here. So first of all, I will tell you the importance of mathematics. In mathematics, in GATE exam, around 15 marks question comes. So if you ask to any of the topper, they will tell you, like whoever got top 500 rank, they usually get 14 or 15 out of 15 in mathematics, because it is very easy subjects also, and you are studying it from childhood, so it is very easy to score in mathematics. So I will first of all discuss the syllabus of mathematics, and in the syllabus you can see that linear algebra is the first topic, and this linear algebra our chief managing director sir will take, and probability he is already taking on the YouTube channel. You can watch his video lecture. He is teaching really outstanding. So I will start with calculus today, and after calculus I will take differential equation, then vector analysis, then complex analysis, then numerical methods. So this is the course structure. So next I will tell you what are the prerequisites and how to study mathematics. So coming to the prerequisites, there is no prerequisites. Even if you are new, or even if you are like first year BTech student, or you have passed out, you can start this mathematics course, because mathematics is something you are studying from childhood. So I will tell you now how to study. So concept you will learn in our lecture, and after this means watching this concept, we will solve few examples also, but that is not sufficient for the GATE examination, because only few example is not sufficient to improve your speed, to make you accurate, to make you precise. So you have to practice various number of problems for performing very well in GATE examination. So from where you will get the problem? So for mathematics you need to solve the previous year questions of all the branch, like ECE, electrical, mechanical, civil, computer science, IT. And if you will solve all the previous year question of all this branch, sometimes it is not possible to solve for all the 6 branch, but at least you try for 3 or 4 branches, because mathematics is something, if you practice more you will get more marks. But you can download this previous year question, it is available on internet also, there is no problem in that. So in mathematics they generally repeat the concept from previous year question of different branches. They do not ask anything new in mathematics. If you will solve the previous year question of any of the 4 branch from this, then you will know that every time they repeat the question, means the concept of the question from one of the branch only. So then mathematics will be very easy for you. So today we will start with differential calculus. So differential calculus is very easy, but you need to study, because it build up your base for mathematics. So let's start with the limit. So when do we say that limit exists? So limit of fx at x is equal to a exists if and only if the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. What does it mean? It means that at x is equal to a, means the extreme left to the x is equal to a, what is the value? If it is equal to the extreme right at x is equal to a, then the limit exists. So this means limit h tends to 0 f a minus h, this is the left hand limit, that is equal to f a plus h. So if this exists, means this is the left hand side, f a minus h, that is equal to f a plus h, then we can say that limit exists. So this is the basic definition of limit. So we can see now using the graph. So let's suppose this is our xy axis, x and y, and this line is x is equal to a. So let's suppose this is a graph, and we can see here that at x is equal to a, the extreme left means that from the left side x is equal to a, if it is touching, means that is also we can say x is equal to a minus, and to the extreme means just to the right of this x is equal to a, that is x is equal to a plus. So if we see, if the fx value at x is equal to a minus and x is equal to a plus is equal, then limit exists. So this is the definition of limit through graph. F a minus is equal to f a plus exists, or limit h tends to 0 f a minus h is equal to f a plus h exists, then we can say that limit exists. So this is the definition from the graphical point of view. Now we will see few more graphical representation of limit, that where limit exists or where limit does not exist. But in this graph you can see that f a minus is equal to f a plus, and that is also is equal to f a, because it is a continuous, here it is a continuous at x is equal to a. So if this condition occur, then we can say, if this condition occur, then we can say that it is a continuous graph. So this is the equation of continuity. For existing limit, just again remember this point. For limit, we need not see the value at f is equal to a. We will see only f a minus is equal to f a plus. And for continuity or continuous, we will see the value at a also, means it should be f a minus is equal to f a is equal to f a plus. So this is the criteria for continuity of a graph, and this is the criteria for the limit existing of a graph. So now we will see one more special case, like this is a graph and this is the value at x is equal to a. Let's suppose graph is like this. In the left hand side it finishes here, and in the right hand side it starts from here. So here you can see the left hand limit is not equal to the right hand limit, therefore limit does not exist. Limit does not exist. And this is also a discontinuity, because you can see that f a minus is not equal to f a plus, and you can also see that at x is equal to a, there is a jump in the value. You see from here the value jumped to here. So this is also called as the, here fx is having, we can say as it is a jump discontinuity. These things you can just remember, because sometimes they ask in easy examination like in the exam for junior engineering and all, but this is not useful for the GATE because they do not ask very silly questions in GATE. Now one more condition we will see now. Let's suppose this is a graph and it is x is equal to a, then we will see, let's suppose the graph is like this up to x equal to a minus, at x is equal to a, this is the value, and again from x is equal to a plus, it starts from here. So here you can see this kind of discontinuity is called as removal discontinuity. So this is enough for the definition of limit and all. Now we will study some of the standard limit equation, and using that we will solve few important questions. So our first standard limit is limit x tends to a, x raised to the power m minus a raised to the power m divided by x raised to the power n minus a raised to the power n. This can be written as m by n a raised to the power m minus n. So this is our standard limits. You should remember all this, because this will help you to solve the question very fastly in GATE examination. Now our second standard limit is limit theta tends to 0 sin k theta by theta is equal to k. So, and there is one more extension of this, limit theta tends to 0 tan k theta by theta is equal to k. And let's suppose if k is equal to 1, then limit value is equal to 1. Then limit value is equal to 1. So this is the standard equation using k is equal to 1. Now we will take few more standard limit. Let's suppose if limit x tends to a and fx raised to the power gx is such that, means it is just equal to like 1 raised to the power infinity. If such kind of equation comes, then we can solve it very easily, like the limit value will be e raised to the power gx into fx minus 1. So this will be our value. Here limit x tends to a is given. So we can simplify it very easily. Now we will see some more standard limit. This is the fourth one. Let's suppose if limit x tends to a fx raised to the power gx is given such that it comes in the form of 0 raised to the power 0, then the limit value is equal to limit x tends to a, or we can write it in the numerator like e raised to the power limit x tends to a gx log fx. So these standard limits you remember because it will help you to solve question very fastly. So now we will take some examples and you can solve and answer me in the comment section. The question is limit x tends to 0 e raised to the power 4x minus 1 by sine 2x. So what is the value? Just solve it and give in the answer, give in the comment box. So for solving this kind of question, first of all we will see that here you can see if you will put x is equal to 0 here, then this term will become 1, and 1 minus 1, that is equal to 0, and if you will put x is equal to 0 in denominator, then it will also become sine 0, that is equal to 0. So 0 by 0, this will be the indeterminate form, and for solving the limit of 0 by 0, if such kind of situation comes, then we use L'Hospital rule. In this, what we do, we differentiate the numerator and we also differentiate the denominator separately, and we do till when the indeterminate form will go. So we will first differentiate the numerator value. So it will come limit x tends to 0. If we will differentiate it, we will get 4 e raised to the power 4x, and differentiation of 1 will be 0, and in denominator it will be 2 cos 2x. Now if you will put value here, you will get 4 e raised to the power 4x will be the e raised to the power 0, that will be 1, divided by 2 into cos 2x will be also 1, and 4 divided by 2, answer will be 2. And we will study one more standard limit. This is also very useful. This is the trigonometry standard limit. In this, 1 minus cos ax by x square, it will be a square by 2. And one more exponential limit. This is also very useful. Limit x tends to 0. Here also limit x tends to 0 only. So limit x tends to 0, e raised to the power ax minus 1 by x, it will become a. And one more extension of this is limit x tends to 0, a raised to the power x minus 1 by x. This will be equal to log a. Here also it became log e raised to the power a, but log e raised to the power a, like here log a, we have directly kept log a, and so it will become a only. So these are the standard limit you should remember, so it will help you in examination to solve the question very fastly. So now let's suppose one more question we will take. Limit x tends to 0, 2 raised to the power x minus 3 raised to the power x divided by x. So this kind of question we have already seen in the standard limit equation, that if such kind of equation comes like a raised to the power x minus 1 by x, then what we write? We write log a. So we can break it, we can break this equation. Before that, if you had already solved, then comment the answer in the comment box, and we will make it in the standard limit form. 2 raised to the power x minus 1 by x, limit x tends to 0, minus 3 raised to the power x minus 1 by x, and we also know that limit x tends to 0 a raised to the power x minus 1 by x, that will be is equal to log a. So here we can write this part, we can write log 2 minus this part will be log 3, that is equal to log 2 by 3 will be the answer. So again we can solve various new problems. Next problem we will solve here now. This is based on the standard limit of trigonometry, 1 minus cos square x square divided by 2 raised to the power x raised to the power 4 limit x tends to 0. Solve it very fastly, because these things you need to solve it very quickly. So in GATE examination they won't ask you directly like this, but at the last step you can get the solution like this, and then you have to answer this, and sometimes they ask for 1 marks question also. So we already know that 1 minus cos x by x square, that is equal to 1 by 2. So here we can see this is 1 minus cos x square divided by, we can take 1 by 2 here separately, and this is x square raised to the power x square. So this term we can write as 1 by 2. So answer will be 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, that is equal to 1 by 4. We got the answer. So now we will solve one more question, like the next question is limit, this time x tends to infinity and 1 minus 2 by x raised to the power minus x. So solve it. This kind of question you should solve very fastly. So we can write it as limit x tends to infinity 1 by 1 minus 2 by x raised to the power x, because here power is in minus, so it came in denominator. Now you can see, if you will put x tends to infinity here in this equation, then you will get this term as 0, and you will get here in denominator 1 raised to the power infinity. So how to break 1 raised to the power infinity terms? We had already studied, and here it will become limit x tends to infinite 1 by e raised to the power, this is gx, x gx, fx minus 1, this is fx, and minus 1 if you will do, then 1 and minus 1 will go, it will become minus 2 by x, and this x and x will cancel it, and we will get answer 1 by e raised to power minus 2, that is equal to e raised to the power 2 will be the answer. Now we will solve the previous year one of the GATE question. This is very good question. This question is really challenging question. You need to solve it. Just try, and I will also give the solution. E raised to the power 1 by 5x minus 1 and 5x plus x by 5 sine 1 by x. How you will solve this question? So if you will see that it is not forming any standard limit, because if you will give here infinity, this term will become infinity, and sine 0 1 by x, that is sine 0, it will become 0. So this will be infinity, and this term will be 1 minus 1, 0 into infinity terms. So how to break such kind of questions? So we need to break it in the standard form. So what we will do, we will take the assumption that let 1 by x is equal to y, and we will put 1 by x is equal to y in the question. So if 1 by x is equal to y, then what limit x tends to infinity means 1 by infinity, that is equal to limit y tends to 0. So again we can write it as limit y tends to 0 and e raised to the power y by 5 minus 1, and the second term we can break it as 5 by y plus, here we can write 1 by 5, and this x will go, if you write in the terms of y, then in denominator y will come, because x is equal to 1 by y, and sine y. So you can see the benefit of breaking like this. Here you got like sine y by y and limit y tends to 0. This we already studied. This becomes 1 when limit y tends to 0. So we will write it e raised to the power 1 by 5 y minus 1, and we will take y here, we will take y common outside, and we will write 5 plus 1 by 5 sine y. Even we can do using this also, and then also we can solve this question, and if we will take y common, then this term will vanish, so it will be little easy and little faster way. And this is also one of the standard limit. You can solve using this standard limit also and this standard limit also. We also know that e raised to the power ay minus 1 by y limit y tends to 0, this happens is equal to the log e raised to the power 1 by 5, that is equal to 1 by 5 here, and we can write here 5 plus sine y will be 0. So we will get 1 by 5 into 5, that is equal to 1 will be the answer. So we will solve few more important examples. So take this question: if limit x tends to 0 sine 2x plus a sine x divided by x cube is equal to finite, then find the value of a and the function value, means the limit value. So for solving this kind of question, we will see here that we can break this sine 2x using the standard limit formula, like limit x tends to 0, we can write sine 2x as sine 2x by x into x plus a sine x by x into x, and now we will divide it by x cube. So this we can write as 2, because we have already studied sine kx by x is equal to k when limit x tends to 0. So it will be 2x plus ax by x cube. Now we will take x as common. So what we will get? We will get a plus 2 by x square. Now we see that denominator is x tends to 0, it will be 0 x square. So this is becoming infinite, but in the question it is given it is a finite. So for happening to be finite, if numerator will be also 0, then 0 by 0 is the indeterminate form, and we will find using the limit. So we will make it 0 by 0, then only it will be the finite. So a plus 2 is equal to 0 is implied that a is equal to minus 2. Now we have to find the limit value. So when we will substitute a is equal to minus 2, then we will get limit x tends to 0 sine 2x minus 2 sine x by x cube. So, this is in the form of 0 minus 0 by 0, that is equal to 0 by 0. So, what we do for 0 by 0? We apply L'Hospital rule. So, after applying this, we will differentiate the numerator and denominator separately. So, when we will differentiate sine 2x, we will get it as a 2 cos 2x minus, this will be 2 cos x by 3x square. How many times we will use L'Hospital rule? Till we get the finite value. Again you see, if you will put x is equal to 0, here limit x tending to 0, again it will be 1 minus 1 by 0. So, it will be 0 by 0. So, again we will apply L'Hospital rule. So, again we will differentiate the numerator and denominator. We will get differentiation of cos 2x will be minus 2 sine 2x. So, it will be 2 into minus 2 is equal to minus 4 sine 2x minus differentiation of cos x will be minus sine x. So, it will be plus 2 sine x and differentiation of 3x square will be 6x. Again we will see that if we will keep x is equal to 0, then it will be 0 plus 0 by 0, again it is in the form of 0 by 0. So, again we will apply L'Hospital rule, and here limit x tends to 0, we will differentiate the numerator and denominator separately. So, it will be minus 8 cos 2x plus 2 cos x by 6. Now, we will keep x is equal to 0, that is equal to minus 8 plus 2 by 6. This is equal to minus 6 by 6, and we got the answer finally as minus 1. So, you saw how to solve this question. First, for finding the value of a, we will make it in the form of indeterminate form 0 by 0. So, it will be a plus 2 is equal to 0, a is equal to minus 2. Then we will keep the value a here, and we applied L'Hospital rule till we got the finite value in this step. So, this question came in the previous year GATE. This was the previous year GATE question. Now, again we will take one more previous year GATE question. You can solve this question. This question is also very good. E raised to the power x, limit x tends to 0, e raised to the power x cos x 1 by sin square x, cos x raised to the power 1 by sin square x. So, here if you will keep the value x tending to 0, we will get e raised to the power 0 is 1 into 1 to the power 1 by 0, that is equal to infinite. And we know how to break 1 raised to the power infinite in the standard limit. E raised to the power, let us suppose we have fx raised to the power gx, limit x tends to a is in the form of 1 raised to the power infinite. We can write it as e raised to the power gx fx minus 1. So, we will write this here as e raised to the power gx fx minus 1. So, it will be first limit x tends to 0, e raised to the power x will be 1 into cos x raised to the power 1 by sin square x. So, you can write e raised to the power gx. Here what is gx? Gx is the value, this power raised to the power value, we will write it as 1 by sin square x. And now, fx minus 1. What is here fx? Fx is cos x. So, we will write cos x minus 1. Now, we will break sin square x into the cos term. We know that sin square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x, and this is in the form of a square minus b square. So we can write it as 1 minus cos x multiply 1 plus cos x as a minus b, a plus b. So again we will substitute here limit x tends to 0, 1 is to e raised to the power 1 by, we will write sin square x as 1 minus cos x 1 plus cos x. This question also came in GATE. Now in the numerator, what is there? In the numerator is cos x minus 1. Now when we will cancel these two terms, we will get here minus 1, because we will take minus 1 common, then only it will be 1 minus cos x, and 1 minus cos x will get cancelled. So we will get limit x tends to 0, 1 is to e raised to the power minus 1 by 1 plus cos x. Here x is tending to 0, so we will substitute x tending to 0 in this equation. We will get 1 into e raised to the power minus 1 by 1 plus cos x will be 1, that is equal to e raised to the power minus 1 by 2. We can also write it as 1 by e raised to the power 1 by 2, that will be equal to 1 by under root is the answer. So these two questions came in the previous year GATE examination. You saw how GATE question is there. They ask very easy question only. They test your concepts, and you should also remember whatever a standard limit we studied, 7 standard limit, you should remember that, because if you will remember that, then only you will be able to write these steps very faster. You need not write this in examination. You should remember it, because it will save your time. If you will save time, then you can solve other question also. So it is very important to remember all this standard limit. Did the limit. Now we will study the differentiability of a function. Differentiability of function f(x) at x is equal to a. So we basically represent differentiation f dash a, that is equal to limit x tends to a f(x) minus f(a) by x minus a. This is the basic definition of differentiation, and differentiation exists if and only if, differentiation exists if and only if the left hand differentiation and the right hand differentiation is equal. So limit h tends to 0 f a minus h, this is the left hand differentiation, f a divided by a minus h minus a, that will be equal to minus h, that is equal to limit h tends to 0 f a plus h minus f a by a plus h minus a, that will be equal to h. So if left hand differentiation is equal to right hand differentiation, then we can say that differentiation exists. So take one more note point. Note point is that every continuous function need not to be differentiable. But every differentiable function is continuous. So take this as a note point. Now we will see some other instance when the differentiation exists or when differentiation does not exist. Let's suppose some graph is like this. This is the graph of mod x. So whenever this kind of corner points come, when suddenly the graph changes like this, then differentiation does not exist. It is not differentiable. The function is not differentiable. So you understood, whenever the corner point will come, the function will be not differentiable. And at the corner point like this, at the corner point, this corner point will be either maximum or minimum value. So corner point, whenever they ask, then the corner point will be either the maximum or minimum value. So we will also see some examples in differentiation also, like take one previous year GATE question. Let's suppose fx is equal to x mod x and x belongs to the real number, and fx is the value of fx at x is equal to 0, find it. So this is very easy question. So we will see that whether this is differentiable or not. So means we have to find the f dash x. So f dash x we need to find at x is equal to 0. So whenever, let's suppose, means x tends to 0 minus, when it is in the negative, then this mod x will open as minus x. So at x tends to 0 minus, then fx is equal to x into minus x, that is equal to minus x square, and f dash x will be here minus 2x, and at x is equal to 0, f dash 0 minus is equal to 0, because minus 2 into 0 will be 0. Now at x tends to 0 plus fx, this mod x will open as only x, because you know mod x is equal to minus x when x is less than 0 and plus x when x is greater than 0. So fx will be equal to x into x, that is equal to x squared, and when we will differentiate it, f dash x is equal to 2x, and at x is equal to 0, f dash 0 plus that will be is equal to 0. So we can see that f dash 0 minus left hand differentiation is equal to right hand differentiation. Hence differentiation exists at x is equal to 0 and its value is 0. So we solve this question. But whenever, and many students will doubt that mod x is not differentiation, then how this x mod x is differentiable. So for the graph of x mod x, the graph will be like this. At x is equal to 0, there is no corner point, it is the point of inflection, means the concavity of the graph will change at x is equal to 0. So now we will see some important question. This is very important question. Y is equal to fx plus under root fx plus under root fx. This question came in GATE, and this question also came in JEE Advanced earlier. So solve this question. So first of all, we need to find, sorry I am not given what to find, we need to find dy by dx. So for solving such questions, we will first write it in the terms of implicit term. Y is equal to fx plus, see this fx plus fx is going up to infinite term, so this also can be written as y. So you can write fx plus y, and if you will square it, it will become y square is equal to fx plus y, and is implied that y square minus y is equal to fx. So after differentiation, we will get 2y with respect to x dy by dx minus dy by dx is equal to f dash x, because we are differentiating it on both the side. So here we will take common dy by dx, and we will get 2y minus 1 is equal to f dash x. So finally our answer dy by dx is equal to f dash x by 2y minus 1. So we solve this question. So we will take one similar question like this again. This time y is equal to under root tan x plus under root tan x plus under root tan x plus dot 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 dot, and we need to find dy by dx. So again we will write this as y is equal to under root tan x plus, we can write this term as y, and after squaring on both the side we will get y square is equal to tan x plus y, and we will bring y square minus y is equal to tan x. Now we will differentiate with respect to x. We will get 2y minus 1 dy by dx is equal to sec squared x. So is implied that dy by dx is equal to sec squared x by 2y minus 1, because when we differentiate tan x, then it becomes sec squared x. We will solve one more question like differentiating in the two variable form. Like question is x is equal to a theta minus sin theta, y is equal to a 1 minus cos theta, and now they will ask you dy by dx. So how you will solve this kind of question? Here you see the equation of x is given, equation of y is given, both are separately given. So how you will combine it and solve dy by dx? But in such kind of question you can see that here the theta term is common in the equation of x and common in the equation of y. So what we can do? We can do dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. So after doing this, theta and theta will get cancelled, we will get dy by dx. So let's solve this. So when we will do dy by d theta, we will get a minus a cos theta, that will become a sin theta. And now when we will do dx by d theta, we will get a minus a cos theta. So we will put in this equation number 1. So dy by dx, that is equal to, we will get a sin theta by a 1 minus cos theta. So a and a will get cancelled, and we will get the finally answer as sin theta by 1 minus cos theta. So now we will study the mean value theorem. We will study mean value theorem. There is three theorem. So now we will study mean value theorem. We will see what is mean value theorem. Let's suppose there is a graph like this, and this is A, this is B. Graph goes like this and come like this. So we will see what is mean value theorem. So the first one is Rolle's theorem. There are three different theorem of mean value theorem. We will see what is Rolle's theorem. In Rolle's theorem, if f such that a to b exist as a real number, means the value of function f is existing from a to b and it belongs to the real number, such that fx is continuous in a to b, and the second satisfying point for the Rolle's theorem is fx is differentiable in a comma b. So what do you mean by this square bracket and this small bracket? Actually, whenever it is given means from a to b in the square bracket, means this means that it includes the point A and point B. But whenever it given in a small bracket, then it does not include A and B. It is from A to B. And the third condition for the Rolle's theorem is if f A is equal to f B. So see, here fx is continuous in a to b, fx is differentiable also in a to b, and fa is equal to fb. So in such that then there a mean value c exists in a to b such that f dash c is equal to 0, and we can see the mean value f dash c is equal to 0. We can also find it using the differentiation. F dash c is equal to how? It will be fb minus fa by b minus a. So fb and fa is equal to fb is equal to fa, so it will be equal to 0. Now we will see we will not write it again because the next is Lagrange's mean value theorem. So we will erase it because this is not required. We need to write it again and again, so no need to write it again. So the next one is Lagrange mean value theorem. In this, the first 2 point is same. The difference is in the third point. Let's suppose when fa is not equal to fb. So let's suppose graph is like this, means fa is not equal to fb. See, a is at fa is this value and fb is this value, means fa is not equal to fb. So then in LMVT there exists c, point c, such that f dash c is equal to fb minus fa by b minus a. So this is our Lagrange mean value theorem. Why here it will be not 0? Because here fb is not equal to fa, so fb minus fa will not be equal to 0. Now the third we will study, the third one is Cauchy mean value theorem. This is important because they ask many time in GATE. So what is the criteria for Cauchy mean value theorem? Let's suppose if f comma g such that in the duration a to b belongs to the real number r, the first point it should satisfy is f comma z is continuous in interval a to b, continuous in a to b. Second point it should satisfy f comma z are differentiable in a comma b, and the third condition it should satisfy that g dash x is not equal to 0 for all x in a to b. Then their mean value c exists, their mean value c exists such that f dash c by g dash c is equal to fb minus fa by gb minus za. If these three conditions satisfy and they ask you to find the mean value c, then we can use this equation. And why the third condition g dash x should not be equal to 0? Because if g dash x will be 0 in the interval a to b, then the denominator will be infinite and the condition will not exist. So this was. Now we will study one more theorem, that is intermediate value theorem. What it says? It says, let's suppose there is a graph like this point is A and this point is B. So it says that let's suppose fx is continuous in the interval a to b, and fa means at this point the value of function fa and fb the value at b point are opposite in sign. What does it mean? It means that at fa if it is positive, then fb then it is negative, or at fa it is negative, then fb it is positive, are opposite in sign. Then there exists a root of equation fx is equal to 0 in between a and b. So we have studied the different theorem. So for today lecture we will stop here only, because this was the introduction class for calculus and we have studied limit, differentiation and various mean value theorem. So in next class we will study Taylor series and other things, and we will solve various number of questions also. But keep in mind, if you want to secure very good rank in GATE, then never miss to solve the previous year question. If you will solve previous year question, then only you will know that how you are studying theory. Let's suppose if you are studying a concept and when you are going to try previous year question, and if you are not able to solve the previous year question, this means that you are not able to solve the GATE standard question. So what does it mean? Means that you are not studying the concept properly. So after completing each chapter, solve previous year question, and in mathematics solve for 4 GATE branches, and after solving the previous year question you can give part wise test or subject wise test for now. And VisionGATE will start the test series also very soon, and we will notify you through YouTube. So keep watching our channel and subscribe it. Thank you very much.